Hello students. So in last class we discussed about the abnormal molecular mass and the Van't Hoff factor. And students, we also calculated the Van't Hoff factor value for few strong electrolytes. For let me take one example. For example, potassium sulfate. The Van't Hoff factor for this potassium sulfate as a solute, we calculate by using formula I is equals to the total number of particles after dissociation divided by the total number of particles before dissociation. The formula that we use, and after dissociation we know the two potassium ions plus one sulfate ion is formed, so that the total number of particles after dissociation is 3 divided by before dissociation is only 1. So therefore the I for this potassium sulfate is 3. Similarly stands for the some electrolytes which undergoes association which forms a dimer or timer. Okay. So whose I value is less than 1 for association. The molecules which undergoes association whose I value is less than 1 and the I value is more than 1 for dissociation. It is because in dissociation the number of particles increases, the number of ions formed are more compared to the number of ions found before dissociation. Therefore, the I value is more than 1 and I value is less than 1 for association, because the molecules, two or three molecules combine to form a single one. For example, two molecules combine to form dimers, three molecules combine to form primers, like that. The many number of molecules combine to form a single one, that is a polymers. So then the I value is less than 1, because after this association the number of ions are, so the number of molecules formed is less compared to the before association. Now, since this is about the association and dissociation in case of strong electrolytes, if we use a weak electrolyte, so weak electrolyte, they does not dissociate completely; they partially dissociate. Then the Van't Hoff factor I value is not equal to the as many as ions are formed. Okay. For example, the acetic acid CH3COH. Acetic acid, it dissociate forms ions as CH3CO minus plus H plus ions. Okay. So here each molecule dissociated forms the two ions. Okay. We know still the formula as I is equals to the number of ions formed here is 2 after dissociation divided by before dissociation 1, it is equals to 2. Okay. But it is not true. Okay. It's not equal to 2 in case of weak electrolytes, because the acetic acid, it is not completely dissociated, it is partially dissociated. If I took 100 molecules of acetic acid, means only 97 molecules may get dissociated and forms the ions, and another 3 molecules remains as undissociated. So in such cases we calculate the degree of dissociation. By knowing the degree of dissociation, we calculate the Van't Hoff factor. Okay. So in my last video also, I just initiated that how to calculate the degree of dissociation, but due to some technical problem, it has been stopped there only. But now let me go with the degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation of weak electrolytes. Now, since the degree of dissociation symbolically we represent as alpha. If we write alpha as in a degree of dissociation, let me consider an example, a general equation. There is the A of n molecules, they get dissociate and forms n of A molecules. Okay. So A of n molecules dissociate forms n of A molecules. See here, initially the concentration of the reactant is 1 mole. So it's in a 1 mole. So 1 mole, initially the concentration of product form is 0 because still it is not undergone dissociation. Okay. So initially the concentration is 1 mole. Then after reacting or in dissociation, say there is an alpha molecules have been dissociated. Okay. So out of n molecules, there is an alpha molecules gets dissociated. Alpha has been dissociated and to form an alpha of A molecules. Okay. Alpha gets dissociated to form alpha. When the system attains an equilibrium, then the number of molecules remains in the solution. Okay, so this process is continued. Alpha gets dissociated to form the alpha of A. Okay, after a certain time, there is an equilibrium is attained. So at equilibrium state, the number of molecules of reactant remain here. Out of 1, alpha have been dissociated. So 1 minus alpha. Okay. So here there is a formation of alpha molecules of A. So at equilibrium state, we say that there are totally n alpha molecules, or n alpha ions are formed in the products. So this is the 1 minus alpha remains in the solution and n alpha of products are remain in solution. Okay, when the system attains equilibrium state, so these are the molecules. Now the total number of the particles at equilibrium. At equilibrium, the total number of particles here is reactant is 1 minus alpha and product is n alpha. So it is the sum of these two. Okay. Now it is equals to. Now let me write this as 1 plus n alpha minus alpha, then 1 plus, then between these two alpha is the common. So here n minus 1 into alpha. So this is the case where the total number of particles at equilibrium. Now we write the formula Van't Hoff factor. Van't Hoff factor formula I is equals to. For I equal to, we know the number of or total number of particles after dissociation. Total number of particles after dissociation divided by the total number of particles before dissociation. Now I is equals to the total number of particles after dissociation divided by total number of particles before dissociation. So since here after dissociation the total number of particles, this is the total number of particles after dissociation. When the system attains equilibrium, the total number of particles remains in that solution is 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha. Okay. So the total number of particles after dissociation divided by the total number of particles before dissociation. Before dissociation, so the total number of reactant we took here is in a 1 mole. Okay, that means it contains 1 particles or 1 mole of a particles. So these are the total number of moles of the particles after dissociation. Now you can simplify this as I is equals to, or let me write one step and n minus 1 into alpha. Okay. Now this plus 1, if I take on left hand side, it becomes I minus 1 is equals to n minus 1 into alpha, or we can write alpha is equals to I minus 1. So take this on left hand side, becomes n minus 1. Okay, so here this is the equation. Alpha equal to I minus 1 divided by n minus 1. So this equation is used. we calculate the degree of dissociation. Okay, alpha equal to I minus 1 divided by n minus 1. And since here what are the terms this defines? So terms here is I is the Vanta factor, what we are expecting I, and n is the number of ions formed. Okay, so how many ions are formed? Okay, after dissociation, uh, for example, acetic acid, it dissociates and forms the number of ions as 2, one acetate ion and another one is H plus ions, like that. So n value, and alpha we calculate using this formula, that is degree of dissociation. Okay. Sometimes the I value is said to calculate based on its percentage of dissociation. Okay, so then also we use the same formula. Now, similarly, let me go with another one, that is a degree of association. Here only calculate. See what happens in case of association. Okay, so let me clean this. Okay. In degree of association, to take example or in general, in right, there are AN molecules. Sorry, in a association, n number of A molecules associate to form a one molecule. Okay. So here n is 2 means the two molecules combine to form one dimer. If n is 3, the three molecules combine to form as in a trimer. Like that, if there are n number of molecules combine to form in a polymer. Okay. So there is a n number of molecules fused together to form a single one. This is the association. If I consider initial number of moles of the A as 1 mole, then the initial moles of the product formed is 0. When association takes place, when it is association on reacting, so here out of that say there are alpha molecules gets associated. Out of AN, alpha gets associated. This is the degree of association. Okay, so here is also alpha molecules are formed. When the systems attains equilibrium, okay, out of 1 mole, 1 minus alpha gets associated. The total number of molecules gets associated here is 1 minus alpha. And the total number of moles of the product formed here. Okay, so here n number molecules combine to form a single, so therefore it is alpha by n. Okay. So alpha by n molecules fused together to form a single, so this is alpha by n moles. Now, when the systems attains equilibrium, the total number of particles at equilibrium is the reactant 1 minus alpha plus in products is alpha by n. Alpha by n. Next, let me write this as 1 minus alpha by n minus alpha. Just I will change this. First I have taken the positive. So first I have taken this positive term, then minus. Now 1 plus, in between these two alpha is the common, so alpha into bracket 1 by n minus 1. Okay. So 1 by n minus 1 is in. Now, if I substitute these values in this equation, there is a Vanta factor equation. Vanta factor is total number of particles after dissociation divided by total number of particles before dissociation. After dissociation, sorry, after association and before association, total number of particles after association when the system attains equilibrium. Here it is, these are 1 plus alpha into 1 by n minus 1. And total number of particles before association is, we have to consider that as only 1 mole. Okay, therefore I is equals to It is 1 plus alpha into bracket 1 by n minus 1 divided by the number of particles before association. Before association, we have taken only 1 mole. Okay, this is the 1 mole which considered. Okay, therefore I is equals to, it is 1 plus alpha into bracket 1 by n minus 1. If I take 1 on left hand side, it becomes I minus 1 is equals to alpha into bracket 1 by n minus 1. Then alpha is equals to I minus 1 divided by this term. If I took the left hand side means it's written in denominator 1 by n minus 1. This is the alpha for association. Okay, this equation is used to calculate the degree of association. This is I minus 1 divided by 1 by n minus 1. So just remember these two formula stress. This is for association. If it undergoes association means we calculate the degree of association by using this formula. If it undergoes dissociation, then the formula is same, alpha equal to I minus 1 divided by n minus 1. This is another one. So here 1 by n, that there is n minus 1. This is for dissociation. So this is all about the theory part concerned. Next, let me solve few numericals on this degree of dissociation. In CET is a very important. So let me solve one or two examples. Now students, here one example I wrote on the board. Let me read that example. Here, determine the osmotic pressure of the solution prepared by dissolving 25 milligram of potassium sulfate in 2 liters of water at 25 degrees Celsius, assuming that the solute dissociate completely. Instance here, dissociate completely in the solution. Here the solute is in a potassium sulfate, it is an electrolyte, it dissociate completely into the solution. So dissociate and forms the ions. Now, if it is an electrolyte means, if we use the formula to calculate the osmotic pressure, that is the pi is equals to C into RT. Okay, where C is the concentration. Okay. So if you use this formula without an Vanta factor value, then you cannot get the exact osmotic pressure of the solution. So we cannot get the exact value of the osmotic pressure of the solution because the number of particles after dissociation is more compared to the number of particles before dissociation. So where this osmotic pressure is one of the colligative property and it depends on the number of particles present in the solution. Therefore, the pi value we calculate without Vanta factor, then we can get the exact correct value, so we get an error. So to overcome with that, we multiply the Van't Hoff factor. Van't Hoff factor for this electrolyte. Electrolyte is potassium sulfate. And so potassium sulfate is in a strong, is an electrolyte which completely dissociated in the solution. Here they are mentioned, completely dissociated in the solution. Okay. So therefore, first let me write the given things as the given. Determine the osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure is unknown, so pi is equals to question mark. Then the solution prepared by dissolving 25 milligrams. So this is the mass of potassium sulfate. Okay. So mass is written W for solute. B is equals to 25 milligrams. So we cannot use the milligrams. We convert that milligrams into grams. So we convert this 25 is multiplied with 10 raised to minus 3 grams. Next one, in 2 liters of water, dissolved in 2 liters of the water. Okay. So therefore, the volume of water is given. So V is equals to 2 liters and temperature at 25 degrees Celsius. So temperature T is equals to 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, and capital T. So capital T is an absolute temperature which is expressed in Kelvin. Okay, therefore 25 degrees Celsius is converted to Kelvin means just add 273.15 or simply 273, so it is equals to 298 Kelvin temperature, assuming the solute dissociate completely. Now the solute here, potassium sulfate, it dissociate completely. Okay, so dissociate and forms 2K plus ions plus 1 sulfate ions. Then Vanta factor for this value, sorry, Vanta factor for this solute is I is equals to the total number of particles after dissociation 2, this is the 1, so it is 2 plus 1, and total number of particles before dissociation is only 1, there is 1, so it is 3 by 1, that is equals to 3. So I value is 3. Now use the formula to calculate the osmotic pressure. The formula is pi is equals to pi equal to CRT. Okay, this is the one. Or we write this as an WB by MB into V into RT. Pi. This is another example. Sorry, another one formula. This formula rearranged like this. So WB here is 25 milligrams. We converted that into grams. So there is 25 into 10 raised to minus 3 into R value. R we know is a solution constant, and right here the R is equals to this value is 0.082 atm liter per Kelvin per mole. Yes, solution constant, its value is 0.082 into T, absolute temperature, its value is 298 Kelvin divided by MB. MB is the molecular mass of this solute. Okay. So molecular mass of this solute, MB is equals to, so MB for potassium sulfate. So potassium sulfate, have we calculated the molecular mass of potassium sulfate? So molecular mass is the sum of the atomic masses of all the elements, and its value is 174 grams per mole. Okay. So add potassium atomic mass, sulfur and oxygen. So oxygen is multiplied with 4, sulfur, then potassium, it 2 into, is multiplied with 2. So then finally add all the atomic masses, we get Mb equal to 174. So here we substitute that as 174 into volume. So volume is measured in liters, so it is already given in liters only, so it is 2 liters. This is that. Now pi is equals to, if I simplify like this, by substituting all these values in this above formula, well, we get some error. Okay. Because our solute is an electrolyte. For that, you have to multiply that by a Vanta factor. So here this is multiplied with an I. So here this is multiplied with an I. So and Vanta factor value. So Vanta factor value we know is 3. 3 into. So multiply that by 3 into this term. So therefore the pi is equals to 3 into. So if I simplify this, we get in numerator, if I multiply these three terms in numerator, I get 610.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by the 174 into 2 is 348. If I divide that, I get here 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 3. If you multiply finally 3 into that, you will get 5.27, 5.3 approximately into 10 raised to minus 3. Minus 3 is the osmotic pressure and is measured in unit atm, atmosphere. Is the value. So just use the calculator and multiply this, check once again. So pi is equals to 5.27 into 10 raised to minus 3 atm. Okay, like that we solve, we calculate the colligative property as one of the osmotic pressure for electrolytes by using the Bantoff factor. This is straight down students. Like students, another example which I wrote on the board. So here the given is, first let me read that example. So 0.01 molar aqueous solution. The concentration of the solution is 0.01 molar aqueous solution of sodium sulfate Na2SO4. Depress the freezing point of water by 0.0284 degrees Celsius. Then calculate the degree of dissociation of the salt, and Kf is given, it is 1.86. Now since first try to understand this problem. So the concentration of the solution is 0.01. The solution is of sodium sulfate, is a solution of sodium sulfate, and its concentration is already given, it is 0.01. Then it depresses the freezing point. Sorry. Is an aqueous solution, it depresses the freezing point of water by 0.0284 degrees Celsius. The freezing point of that water in solution decreases by a 0.0284 degrees Celsius due to the presence of a sodium sulfate in the water. Okay. So the concentration of that solution is 0.01. Now calculate the degree of dissociation of salt. How much salt gets dissociated? So for that, to calculate the degree of dissociation, I need, first let me read the given data. Then, so the concentration of aqueous solution, it is expressed in molar. So small m is equals to, its value is given 0.01. So it is mole per liter, so mole per kg. So small m. Then the water. So and depression in freezing point is given. There is a delta TF value. Okay, delta TF is the depression of freezing point. Its value is 0.0284 degrees Celsius. Then the Kf of water is given. Kf, there is molar depression constant of water is 1.86 Kelvin kg per mole. And they told to find the degree of dissociation. Okay, alpha is equals to question mark. Okay. So alpha we have to calculate. So to calculate the degree of dissociation, we need I value. I is equals to question mark. Okay. So you calculate the I value. So for to calculate the I value, we know the formula for depression and freezing point. Delta TF is equals to, before we use this one, before introducing the Vanta factor, we use this formula, that is delta TF equal to Kf into M. Now, it is an electrolyte, strong electrolyte, so therefore we multiply that by I into Kf into M. Okay, so here substitute these values and calculate the I. So let me rearrange this formula for I. I is equals to, it is delta TF divided by Kf into M. Okay, so now I is equals to delta TF value. So delta TF value is 0.0284 into, sorry, divided by Kf into molality. Kf is 1.86 into molality small m is 0.01. Then IV is equal to, multiply that, and you will get here answer as 1 point, let me write another one, simply 0.0284 divided by, multiplying these two, you get is 0.0186. So then dividing this, it is 1.5268, or let me take this high value as approximately 1.52 or 53. This making root of 1.53. Now since this is the Vanta factor for this, I is equals to 1.53. But the Van Hoff factor for sodium sulfate we know sodium sulfate it dissociates and forms ions as Na2SO4. It dissociates and forms 2Na plus SO4 2 minus. Therefore, Van Hoff factor for this, the I value for this is I is equals to number of ions after dissociation is 3 divided by number of particles before dissociation is 1. So, 3 by 1 is equals to 3. Okay, 2 plus 1, 3 divided by number of particles before dissociation 1, 3. Now, I value is 3, but it partially dissociate into ions. Okay. So, therefore, I is not equal to 3, it is less than 3. So, by using this colligative property, we calculated and found that the I value is 1.53. Okay, it is nearly half of that. Okay. So, nearly half. We took 1 mole means the dissociation of not completely 1 mole takes place. Only half of the moles gets dissociated. Half moles of that reactant remains undissociated. So yes, the Van Hoff factor we calculated. So its value is 1.53. Near it is half of that 3. Okay. That means half gets dissociated. Still half of mole of this sodium sulfate remains undissociated. Then how much degree of dissociation? Then how much percentage of degree of dissociation takes place? For that we need n value, not I value. So here relate the number of ions formed after dissociation. After dissociation, number of ions formed is 2 of sodium and 1 sulfate. It is 3. Now, by using this relationship, there is a degree of dissociation is calculated by using this formula alpha equal to I minus 1 divided by n minus 1. I is the Van Hoff factor, n is the number of ions formed. So, number of ions formed n is equals to 3, and substitute in this formula is alpha is equals to I value is 1.53 minus 1 divided by 3 minus 1. Let's substitute here. So alpha is equals to 1.53 minus 1 is plus 0.53 divided by 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1 is 2. So then alpha is equals to. So then finally we get the answer here. The alpha is 0.265, or the percentage of alpha we calculate means it is equals to 26.5%, or simply this one, degree of dissociation or percentage of degree of dissociation is 26%, 26.5% gets dissociated, and remaining is the undissociated molecules. Just copy it. Okay, students, another example is already solved in your NCERT textbook. Again, to get here, there it was somewhat looks like in a lengthy, but let me use some formulas to reduce that length. See, 2.0 gram of benzoic acid, it is dissolved in 25 gram of an benzene. It shows a depression in freezing point which is equals to 1.62 Kelvin. The molar depression constant of benzene is 4.9 Kelvin kg per mole. What is the percentage of association of acid if it forms a dimer in the solution? So here the benzoic acid, when it is dissolved in benzene, it forms a dimer. The mass of benzoic acid and benzene are given. So the mass of solute benzoic acid is 2.0 grams, is dissolved in solvent, that is benzene 25 grams. Then the freezing point depression, the depression of the freezing point of benzene takes place, and it decreased by 1.62 Kelvin. Then what is the percentage of association? Okay, first let me write the given data here. Substitution. This is the benzoic acid is in a solute. Mass of solute is symbolically write Wb is equals to 2.0 grams. Then it is dissolved in benzene. Mass of solvent, mass W for solvent A is equals to 25 grams. Shows a depression of freezing point. Depression of freezing point is written as delta Tf is equals to 1.62 Kelvin. And molar depression constant of benzene is given. Molar depression constant we write as symbolic as Kf is equals to 4.9 Kelvin kg per mole. Then what is the percentage of association? Calculate the percentage of association is equals to question mark. So here the it forms in a dimer. Okay. So now first let me write for this alpha I need I value, I equal to question mark. So then only I can calculate alpha if I know the I value. So Van der factor. So benzoic acid formula will that is C6H5COOH. This is the benzoic acid. So benzoic acid it in presence of benzene gets associated. So that means the two molecules of benzoic acid combine to form one dimer C6H5COOH twice. The dimer are formed. So here the n value. So here we write the n number of ions which or number of particles which undergo association. So it is 3. Sorry, number of association is 2. Then is equals to 2 because two molecules get associated. In dissociation, we find the number of ions found. Okay, because they dissociate and forms the ions. Okay, the number of ions where n is defined as the number of ions found. But in association, here the total number of molecules which associate to form the product. So here the total number of molecules associated is 2. So 2 molecules associated to form one dimer. Okay, so it's in a dimer. So therefore n is equals to 2. Now here is the formula. The formula for depression in freezing point, we derived this is delta Tf equal to it is Wb into 1000 divided by Md into Wa, and another one is a Kf. So molar depression constant, that is proportionality constant in here. So this Kf into. Now, this is a general formula which we use to calculate the depression of freezing point. Now, is an electrolyte. So, this is the undergo association. Therefore, we have to multiply that by I into. Okay. Now, calculate I or rearrange this equation for I. So, I is equals to take all these terms except I on left hand side. So, is delta Tf is equals to Md into Wa divided by this whole numerator terms taken on left hand side means, so here we write in denominator Kf into Wb into 1000. Now substitute all these values in this equation. Delta Tf value is 1.62. Depression of freezing point Mb, molecular mass Mb of benzoic acid. Okay, so molecular mass of an solute. So benzoic acid formula we know C6H5COOH, and its molecular mass we can, if we add all the atomic masses of all the elements, so we get the molecular mass as 122 grams per mole. Okay. And atomic mass of carbon 12, 12 into 6 plus hydrogen 5, 5 into hydrogen, again carbon 12, oxygen 16 plus 16, 32 plus hydrogen 1. So add all these atomic masses, you will get the molecular mass, its value is 122. So Mb value is 122 into Wa is the mass of a solvent. Mass of solvent is 25 grams. Solvent here is benzene. Then Kf value, Kf for benzene, K for benzene, they are given it is 4.9 Kelvin. So here I have mentioned this is 4.9 Kelvin kg per mole into WB. WB is the mass of solute. Mass of solute is 2.0 into 1000. Then I is equals to. Okay, so multiply all the numerator terms and denominator terms. Finally, we get the answer here is I is equals to 0.5042. This is a Van factor value. Okay, I is equals to 0.5042. And next is that you'll find the percentage of association. So percentage of association alpha is equals to, because the percentage of association, how we calculate alpha equal to I minus 1 divided by 1 by n minus 1. This is the formula. Therefore, alpha is equals to I value just we calculated, it is 0.5042 minus 1 divided by 1 by n, 1 divided by n value for association which forms dimer, n value is 2. So 1 by 2 minus 1. Now alpha is equals to, in numerator 0.5042 minus 1, we get here 0.4958 divided by, is half minus 1. Okay, half minus 1 is half. Half is nothing but 0.5. In numerator also it is minus 1 is greater, so it is minus, in denominator minus 0.5. So minus minus get cancelled. Then this is equals to, you'll get the answer here as 0.9916 is the alpha, and percentage of alpha is 99.16%. Okay. The total percentage of association means almost the percentage of association is 99.6. Okay, so just copy. Okay, students, there is another example I wrote on the board. Let me read that example. The 0.004 m, there is a molarity of sodium sulfate solution is isotonic with 0.01 m solution of glucose. Then what is the degree of dissociation of sodium sulfate? See, there are two solutions. One is glucose, another one is the sodium sulfate. These two solutions are isotonic. They are given only the concentration of these two solutions, and he mentioned that these two solutions are isotonic. Isotonic solutions is a one type of solutions whose osmotic pressure is equal. Okay. So here the osmotic pressure of both the solutions are equal, even though the concentration is different, but the osmotic pressure is same because they are isotonic with each other. Now, one is an electrolyte and another one is a non-electrolyte. One which undergoes dissociation in the solution, another one does not undergo any dissociation or association. It is in a non-electrolyte. Then what is the degree of dissociation of this electrolyte? So here we have to calculate the alpha of the Na2SO4. So first let me write the given data. So let me make the concentration of sodium sulfate. So the concentration is molality, or simply capital M is the molarity. So capital M means it is the molarity, or the concentration of sodium sulfate Na2SO4 is equals to, its concentration as 0.004 m, and the concentration of glucose, C of glucose, its value is 0.01 m. Now they are isotonic, then what is the degree of dissociation? So unknown here is alpha equal to question mark. Okay, so here this is the alpha of association is question mark. Now since they are isotonic, we know that for isotonic solutions, phi of Na2SO4 is equals to pi of glucose. Since here the pi is defined as CRT and here is also pi is defined as CRT. So this is for sodium sulfate and this is for glucose. Sodium sulfate is an electrolyte, so we have to multiply that by I. I into C is equals to I into is CRT. So here is also that multiply that by I, but I value is 1. This is a non-electrolyte. It does not undergo any dissociation or association. Its I value is 1. That means the number of particles before dissociation and after dissociation is equals to 1. So I value here is 1. Okay, so R and T, they are the constants for this example. R is in a solution constant and temperature is are not mentioned means they kept at a room temperature. Okay, their temperature is also same. So I can equate these two. This as an this is an Na2SO4 whole terms and this is for glucose. So here RT get cancelled. So now I is equals to I is equals to this C goes to numerator. This is the concentration of, or let me substitute here only first. Okay, so I into C value is 0.004 into R into T, that is equals to, now C for glucose is 0.01 into R into T. Now क्या sir cancel RT. Now I is equals to is 0.01 divided by 0.004, that is equals to, this can be written as 0.01 divided by 0.01 into zero point 0.4. So 0.4 into 0.01 is nothing but 0.004. So 00100 cancels and I is equals to, it is 1 by 0.4 or 1 by 0.4 is nothing but 10 by 4 because 0.4 can be written as 4 by 10. So that 10 goes to numerator. So 10 by 4 that is equals to 0.25. Sorry, 2.5. 2.5. So I value is 2.5. This is the Vanta factor value. Now calculate the alpha, degree of dissociation. Alpha is equals to, alpha equal to, we know I minus 1 divided by n minus 1, where n stands for the number of ions formed. So n for Na2CO3, sorry, not n, sodium sulfate, not carbonate. It is sodium sulfate is equals to 3 because the number of ions formed after dissociation is equals to 3. Okay. So therefore alpha is equals to I value 2.5 minus 1 divided by n is 3 minus 1. So in numerator 2.5 minus 1, 1.5 remains. In denominator 3 minus 2, sorry 3 minus 1 is 2. Then alpha is equals to, so 1.5 divided by 2, you get here 0.75. This is the degree of association. We calculate the percentage means, so this can be written as percentage of dissociation is equals to, it is 75%. Let's multiply that by factor by 100. Okay, so 0.75 to 100 is equals to 75%. So 75% of the solution undergoes dissociation. Like that we calculate the percentage of association and dissociation. Okay, copy it students. Now, this is an coming end for this chapter solution. So up to here, uh, we solved many numericals on various concepts. So we started with the types of solutions. Then in particular we studied about the liquid solutions. So where we defined the two laws, Henry's law and Raoult's law. Then uh, in types of solutions also, before that types of solutions we calculated uh, concentration of solutions by using few units. So units like molarity, normality, mole fraction, mass percentage, volume percentage, ppm. So there are 8 units we use to calculate the concentrations. Then the types of solutions. Then we studied the laws, Henry's laws and Raoult's law for liquid solutions. And another one important there was the ideal and non-ideal solutions. And we discussed overall about ideal and non-ideal. Okay, which type of the solutions forms ideal and which type of the solutions non-ideal. Okay, if non-ideal solutions means how they get deviated. We studied the deviation in non-ideal solutions. There is a deviation shown by sorry, there are two types of deviations, that is the positive deviation and negative deviation from the Rowe's law. Then we gone through that important concept in solution, that is the colligative property. There are four colligative properties we already studied. Uh, so four colligative property, and also we saw some numericals. Then another one important concept, that is the abnormal molecular mass. So abnormal molecular mass and the Van't Hoff factor. Then we solved few numericals by using this also, like normal molecular mass and so Van't Hoff factor, and also the degree of dissociation. So today we solved few numericals based on degree of dissociation. So in this chapter, students practice more number of problems, but because in annual exam they ask only problems. Sorry, for 3 marks they ask the problems. For 2 marks or 1 marks, they may ask some laws and some formulas. Okay. There also sometimes they are asked the problems only. Okay, so practice the problems which are given in NCERT textbook. Okay. So you are not getting any solution, any type of problems, either it is in NCERT or in some other books. Just text me, or you can just send a message to your class teacher, so he will inform me. Okay, so okay, this is overall about the solutions. So this completes your another one chapter for physical chemistry, is the solutions. Thank you.